So I'm just constantly hearing that Supra's a rug pull and things aren't going very well and it's going down and it's due to this and it's due to that and there's people are rug pulling it. I just don't believe that to be the case. Yeah, of course I could be wrong, but let's look at risk to reward on certain things. If you are coming to cryptocurrency videos and watching them, which I guess a lot of you are because you're here for this particular video, but if you look at things like Bitcoin, if you want to be ultimately really safe in a bull run or even a bear market, to be fair. And again, now this has got to be tailored with expectation, because if you bought Bitcoin at like 100K, then right now you're like, oh, you're down, right? But if you bought Bitcoin at $100, you're like, wow, this is the best thing in the world. If you want to try and have a safe-ish portfolio, then you've got your Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum, you've got XRP, Solana, BNB to a certain point. You need to be looking in the top 10, top 20, top 50 for relative safety. But after that, things become higher risk, and the lower you go, the higher the risk. The lower the market cap, the higher the risk. It is what it is. It's if you're buying Apple stock as opposed to penny stocks, you're taking your risk. Ultimately, though, if Bitcoin and Ethereum, things like that, they won't give you exponential gains within the cycle. So you need to be long term thinking if you're thinking about Bitcoin. Like I saw Da Vinci say today that if you did $1 of Bitcoin a day for the next 8 years, then you'd be relatively rich. How rich? I'm not exactly sure. I haven't done the math on that, and also I don't know what Bitcoin's price is going to be in 8 years' time. People are saying it could be well over 1 million at that point. But if you want to be buying Bitcoin, want to be buying Ethereum though, slightly concerning. It keeps dipping. I mean, if it goes below 2K, it could be a bit of an issue. But we'll keep an eye on that and see how things go. Saw this as well about BitBoy, and again, we'll get into Supra in a bit. Also, a little bit of Solana news too. If you feel bad for BitBoy, don't. This is coming from at Kryptonator1337. He's had this a long time coming. He's a grifter who profited from pump and dumps that he initiated running undisclosed ads for scam projects, stole content from others for commercial purposes, attacked people who called him out. He deserves that he lost everything he had, including his wife and children, just to end up as a crashed drug addict in a federal prison. I think FAFO is fuck around and find out, right? It's definitely a cautionary tale. Here it is there. It says like that, his name, things like that. Bond amount, 0. So is that like a bail thing? I don't know how American judicial purposes work or anything, but it just seems as though that's quite a high or a low amount, essentially, like to be bonded on 0. It seems weird. But it is a cautionary tale how you can have literally everything and go to absolutely nothing by how by your own actions. Accelerator, or at EVT Accelerator. Now, I think it's hard to kind of judge throughout his Twitter profile whether he's bullish or just concerned about Supra. I'm not too sure. But it says if team unlocks all Supra tokens at once, the price could crash below 0.0007, and only then it'll reset, and start growing organically based on its fundamentals. Well, Joshua Tobkin, has said he wants a temperature check. Thoughts on this? Let backers accelerate vesting by 2 times as fast for 30% less tokens, which are put into the treasury and throws them for 3 years. 69% of people think this is a good idea. I like the fact that he's coming to the community and obviously the foundation itself to make these kind of decisions. But is it a good idea? Let me know what you think. I don't know. And if you go back a little bit further, it says that, or should we change the vest into daily vest into the monthly vest? I think this is better, but comment your opinions. We are listening. And it says it's not up to me. It's going to eventually go to a foundation vote. Interesting. That could change things. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. At Devian Rays, anyone feel like Supra won't just gradually increase but explode all of a sudden? Like one day we'll see a 20% jump, then another 15% the next, and it keeps going for weeks. The entire crypto market will FOMO as the price skyrockets. Well, potentially. I still think during a bull run, if you haven't experienced one yet, faces will melt. Things will just absolutely rattle through. If you remember, we did. I've got HLS token over on Pump It Pro, which is Supra's version of the Solana version of I can't think what it's called now, that pump thing, pump fun, that's it. So Robbie, which is an exciting one on there, that's now graduated to Dexelin Labs. It says, we at Robbie never stop cooking. In the next few days, we'll publish the roadmap for a year. There are some things that we think you'll find fantastic, but rightly so. To become great, you have to think big, hold on tight, and join the Telegram channel. So if you're interested in getting into memes, Tokyo Lover has been fantastic throughout this, really, putting a lot of hard work behind the scenes to make things go well with Robbie. So there's an option there if you want to get involved in that. If we look at Pumpit .pro now, we can have a look at the market caps and see where they are. So Lunica has pumped, which is interesting. So there's HLS. There it is there. So that's the 9th. Not bad. 9th behind Toshua Jobkin, Supduck, and Brainbow, Dr. Brainbow. Bob AI's on there as well. But if you look at the migrated tokens at the minute, there's only been a few of them. Dexelin, Baby Joshua, Robbie the Robot, and Super Mummy. So Robbie the Robot is here. So as you can see, once that happens, it does this and shows you that it's graduated essentially. Accelerator again, we spoke about him just a minute ago. He says, most of those that still relentlessly bull posting Supra after the 90% drop are paid through the Spartan program to do so. I refuse to apply because its terms violate privacy and I only share what I genuinely believe to be true. Deceiving for a bounty isn't my style. Now, I didn't know about this. I didn't know this thing existed or how this is working, but here it is. You can have a look at this yourselves. So it looks as though there are different areas in which Supra can pay content creators, translators, things like that. I don't know how much, or if they pay in Supra or if they pay in USDT. I don't know. I've not been part of this program, but it says here that you can do this, so it's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. By all means, lash me some Supra. That'll be absolutely fine. This as well. So this is from Mr. Bullrun at Supra, which he's got a YouTube channel based solely around Supra, which feels like this channel's been a bit like that, but we will talk about other things. In fact, tomorrow we're going to talk about something different. Supra has acquired Blockpaw, rebranded as Open Blocks AI. So this is quite bullish. This news came from this website here called Blockster, a Web3 media platform. So Supra acquires Blockpaw and rebrands as OpenAI to lead AI-powered cross-chain innovation. So this is something new. I'm not going to go through the entire article, but we'll just look at some of the plus points. So Braden Abick, the CEO of Open Blocks, formerly Blockpaw, says, joining forces with Supra is an exciting milestone for us. We're still delivering the trusted data products and our users know, but we're supercharging them with AI and Supra's intralayer to make blockchain interactions radically simpler and more accessible. And Joshua Tolkien himself said, the acquisition not only enriches our technical stack, but accelerates our mission to simplify the blockchain experience. With Open Blocks analytics and Supra's architecture, we're poised to reshape how people interact with decentralized ecosystems. And also Kyle Barron, a managing partner at the BCW Group, said, we're incredibly proud of what Blockpaw built. This acquisition is a natural next step, and we're thrilled to see two of our portfolio companies aligned to drive the next era of on-chain innovation. So that's bullish, in my opinion. Solido Money, another DApp being built on Supra. It said, need liquidity, but don't want to sell your Supra bag. Solido has you covered. So you can deposit Supra, mint Circle, and then swap Circle to Supra, and the cycle continues. That's an interesting thing. I haven't looked into that at length yet, because it might be a way of producing more Supra for the bag that I've currently got, although I do stake my bag with the Starkey wallet, so it's one of them. If you are worried about the price of Supra, but also really believe in the project, then, no financial advice, of course, but it might be worth looking into the staking system. It's 8%. So it's pretty decent. It's not terrible. Could it be more? Potentially, but then it would probably fully dilute make the token slightly less valuable. So it has its pros and its cons. This was interesting. So this was actually a really thought out, well-rounded kind of review, and it's from Yield Coach. So the Supra price drop, how did I get it so wrong for now? So clearly I've stopped bull posting about Supra, and I'm sure many want to know why. I don't consider myself a crypto influencer, but I believe in honesty and integrity, and I can't keep pushing a token that in hindsight was overpriced and may still have more downside. That being said, here are my honest thoughts on what happened. It's important to start with what was going on back in November 2024. just before the token generation event. This is very much a big reason why so many people got caught paying the wrong price, myself included. From the 5th of November to the 5th of December 2024, the overall alt market, total 3, more than doubled. We were in the beginning of major bull market, or so we all thought. I got caught up in the hype and the belief that the bull market was just starting, and this error caused me to throw fundamentals out of the window. I knew as a 5 billion valuation was insane, but I didn't dig deep enough to find out how sustainable it was, and it's been one-way traffic since. All-time high was around 0.07, which pushed fully diluted value to an unsustainable $67 billion. It's now trading around 0.0075, a 90% drop. But let's step back from the emotion and try and unpack what really happened with an objective lens. The December rally wasn't just optimism, it was extreme mispricing of the fundamentals. At its peak, the project's fully diluted value rivaled established layer 1 blockchains, suggesting a mature ecosystem and robust adoption. The reality, Supra was and is still far from that. The project is positioned as an advanced layer 1, and hype amplified this image. I'm still firmly in the camp that believes that hype about their tech stack. For me, that what they're trying to accomplish represents a very exciting major development in the layer 1 space, and I still can't wait to see the vision unfold. But I think we all got a bit overzealous, and an error we priced in a chain ready to compete with the top players already. Unpopular POV point of view, it's every investor's job to do your own research. I don't blame the Supra team or anyone else for my investment decisions. A closer look in December would have shown a mainnet with no meaningful ecosystem, no users, no dApps, no real activity. It's up to all of us to understand what we're buying and whether the price represents value or not. The reality is that significant development milestones were still on the horizon, months away. The 67 billion fully diluted value wasn't grounded in current utility. It was a speculative bubble waiting to pop. The inevitable unraveling. So between December and now, more details emerged, and it became clear a functioning ecosystem was many months away, and the market began to catch on. Supra isn't a plug and play layer 1 ready to onboard millions. It's not a simple fork of old tech. It's a breakthrough tech stack with a massive build that's still in progress, that reality had to eventually reflect in this price. Two major events that started the cascade was Trump entered the White House, caused Bitcoin to correct, and the alt market turned very sour very quickly. And point two is an early VC backer started unwinding their vested positions, which I believe is the main cause by this consistent drop in price. These two events, coupled with tight liquidity and weak market sentiment, was the recipe for a major drawdown. Brutal? Yes. A scam? No. Just the market doing what it does, punishing overvaluation. Where do we stand now? So at 0.0075, Supra's fully diluted value is around $750 million, assuming 100 billion token supply. Exact figure may vary, and there'd be more than 100 billion. Is this cheap, or is it still overpriced? Let's put it into perspective by comparing it to 3 other layer 1 trading around similar fully diluted values. This doesn't take into consideration any tech differences, just valuation and adoption metrics. So we got Injective, Tezos, and Kava. These chains are more developed and with active ecosystems and measurable adoption. Here's the data. So Injective, around 1 billion ecosystem, 247 protocols, TVL 30 million, Tezos $760 million, ecosystem 76 protocols, TVL 47 million, and Kava 520 million ecosystems, 103 protocols, 169 million in TVL. Now consider Supra, so fully diluted value of $750 million. Ecosystem effectively for 1 or 2 protocols live on mainnet that users can interact with. So this doesn't take into consideration the Dora Oracle service, which is being used by more than 100 projects. There's certainly no meaningful mainnet activity yet. TVL about 100 million, but it's all staked. Supra from the airdrop, so in my opinion, doesn't count. There's no functioning ecosystem to lock value. As it's at its December peak, Supra's 67 fully diluted billion value was 6 to 10 times higher than established layer 1s with respectable adoption without having anything comparable. Today's 750 fully diluted value is a hell of a lot closer to sanity than 0.07 ever was. The price now reflects an early stage project, unfinished and unproven, but with lots of blue sky potential as the tech and ecosystem matures. Reality, the drop shouldn't be surprising, and if you're crying about it and shouting rug, you're just showing your inexperience. Look at its peers. Injective has 247 protocols driving activity, yet its TVL is just $30 million. A sign even established layer 1 struggle to scale, even after Supra ships its full tech stack. There'll be uncertainty regarding adoption. Only time will confirm PMF. With no DeFi ecosystem yet, it's crazy to expect Supra to sustain a multi-billion-dollar valuation. The VC sell-off accelerated the inevitable, but the correlation was coming regardless. Risk-off markets like the one we're in don't care about roadmaps and promises. The prices that they price what's there now. The takeaway is Supra isn't a scam or a rug pull. It's a lesson in crypto's volatility and understanding the importance of doing your own research. Early stage projects can rocket on hype, then crash when reality bites. Will it recover? Only time will tell, or only time will confirm. But if everything promised is delivered and developers begin shipping exceptional dApps because of it, coupled with the outsized revenue they're expecting to generate from auto arbitrage and auto liquidations, there's no question that this bet will print multiple X's in the future. Not financial advice. Now, this is again the thing. Like I've said this numerous times. I think with Supra, we're buying something. We're buying the very ground floor of a project. It's something. It's exciting because it can go and do unbelievable things. It could do absolutely nothing as well. There is that option, but I don't think it will. I think it'll establish itself as a firm player in the crypto. Maybe this bull run, an absolutely next bull run, but this bull run, I still think you'll see significant gains. Personally, that's just how I think. Natasha Emery's as well said the Supra ecosystem is redefining blockchain technology with its cutting edge solutions and diverse projects. Let's explore some of the ecosystem map and see how Supra is shaping the future of Web3. Not to go through the entire thread, but we'll look at the bullet points. So you've got the Supra oracles, you've got the Star Key wallet, Atmos protocol, you've got Dexlin, Demonopol, which I think is really interesting. I'm going to look into that a little bit more as well. And then it gives you an idea of what the Supra ecosystem are looking to do. I'm still really bullish on it. Call me Rich King. It says, believe me, Web3 has never seen anything like Supra's containers by Supra Labs. Supra containers eliminate gas fees spikes by isolating congestion on our layer 1, so hot applications will never affect all users. Watch this short video on the usefulness of Supra containers. I have watched this video. It's definitely worth having a look at. It's only 59 seconds long. I won't put it in the video, but you can have a check on that yourselves. Then Dexlin Labs have tweeted that you asked for it, we listened. You can now view and use charts on Dexlin, track price moves, visualize performance, trade with clarity, catch the trend, follow the volume. The power is in your hands. So Dexlin, again, another one still trying to grow and develop within the Supra ecosystem. CS Skins met Crypto Degens, the sub, which was on today, I believe, around about 3 p.m. It's now there. You can watch this back. It's an hour and 34 minutes. I've not looked at this yet, but just making you aware that it exists. It's something I need to go and have a look at later on today. Supra stats. So have a look at a few of the stats. The active accounts now on Supra is 626,325. That's about 100,000 up, I think, in about a month. I'm sure that was down at like 500,000 a month ago. Could be wrong, but from memory, I think that's what it was. And then it goes through here, and you can have a look at the different stats. Total transactions over 50 million. Total blocks, the market cap, and the max supply, and the circulating supply. The circulating supply is now 10.56 billion Supra. But again, the most important part is what everyone's looking for is the price. So I'll refresh the screen to see how it's looking. And it's 12.4% down today. It did go lower. It is kind of coming back up from that. Will that be maintained? I don't know. I still think there's still a level that it can go down yet. But at 60 million market cap, that's still exceptionally low, in my opinion. I think it depends when you buy it, I guess. But will it go much lower than that? Could we see 50 million market cap? Potentially. But I'm not going to worry about it too much because while they're still doing things in the background, while they're still developing, while they're still asking community questions, still going to votes, trying to work out the best things to do, then fair play to them. I think they're trying their best, and that's all we can ask for. This as well, which I found really interesting. So, India's economy soars to the fifth largest globally. 600 plus million remain offline. So enter Dabba Network, which turns existing homes and businesses into decentralized Wi-Fi hubs on Solana, making the internet more affordable and accessible for all. So this is good because it's going to onboard a lot of new people, not just to crypto, but to the internet. And then what they'll do is they'll look for other things within the internet, and cryptocurrency is going to be one of them big things, the big sectors. So Dabba Network is here, 15.9 thousand followers currently on X. So it might be worth having a look into that and seeing what they come up with. For me, it's bullish. It's interesting. If you're a Solana holder, it's good as well, I guess. So yeah, MEXC links in the description. Any donation links, if you want to donate some crypto over to me, that'd be absolutely great. But most importantly, there's no pressure on that. The most important thing is your view. So thank you very much for your view. Really do appreciate it. Subscriber wise, we're pushing for 5,560 around that now. Ultimate goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you do want to subscribe, then please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do the bell. Everyone keeps saying you don't mention the bell. Well, hit the bell as well. Thank you very much. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.